What is going on, guys? We are here to talk about the EVO Awards, and I am here with jmcroft. jmcroft, what is good?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You know, these awards, it's an interesting idea, and I think we're gonna have a lot to say, I think, about these different categories. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you know right off the bat. For a lot of these categories, I'm gonna have two answers, right? I'm gonna have my answer of the ones presented, and then I'm gonna have the real answer, which is not a nominee. Okay, for a lot of these, I think the real answer is not a nominee. But what do you think starting out here?
Yeah,
for this button?
I was thinking dash light, but Ken crouch a medium kick with 7 frames, so I was like,
Ken crouching medium kick is my pick from the nominees for sure.
Yeah, I think dash light is, in my opinion, is probably the best by far.
My answer that's not on the list is Jin down 2. I'm amazed that Jin down 2 is.
Dude, you know who I was thinking? I was thinking Fang's back 3, I think.
Yeah.
The knee, like that knee, that mess was crazy before they nerfed it.
Yeah, that one's really good too.
Yeah,
I think I would go with Ken out of these.
Yeah, let's go for the next category, bro.
I think my pick would probably be Hayao, just because I feel like that was the most hype. But maybe that's better as like best moment. Isn't best moment a category?
Yeah, I think best moment is a category.
If I'm saving Hayao for best moment, I think I would give it to Arslan Ash. Then that was a good one.
Yeah, I would say Arslan Ash. Best commentary.
So you know this, I feel like there was a lot of heat for the EVO Awards in general by how many repeats there are, right? Like we have 2 Justin Wong ones on here. We have a Sajam one, and then like Sajam, Justin, and like Yipes have like 15 nominations throughout this whole thing. But you know what's funny? I will reveal I was not nominated for anything, but I am in this category if you look closely.
Yeah, a little bit over here, you know.
Yeah, I'm next to Yipes there.
I think I have to go for Yipes, man. Break his guard. That's pretty good.
That's an iconic line. Yeah, it's an iconic line. I like the Rip one, but I think it's just because it was such a good moment. It's like Rip did a great job of commentating the hype moment, but like, you know, part of what made that one so fun is that it was Arslan doing something amazing. So yeah, I guess I agree with you. I like the Yipes one because that works in like any context. Like the Yipes break his guard is applicable.
Yeah, dude, I feel like Rip did a fantastic job for EVO, man. Like
Rip is an amazing like
I think
back in the day when Rip and Eris would commentate, I just thought it was like the most entertaining thing to watch.
Yeah, this dude, it's crazy that a lot of people don't talk about him, but it's fantastic. Yeah. Man, this is kind of hard.
I think I give it to Yipes for sure.
Yeah,
I like the Rip moment, but I think it's carried by how hype the Arslan comeback was.
Best content creator of the year. Ooh, this is hard.
For me, I feel like I want to give it to Sajam because of the Sajam Slam. I feel like the Sajam Slam is so important.
I gotta say, I think for me, it's either Diaphone. Diaphone has like stepped it up like really well. And if I want to go say for last year, I think he's like the biggest come up out of these guys.
Yeah, I agree. I think Brian's a good one too because Brian started a podcast this year.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm giving it to Sajam because Sajam Slam I think is like one of the biggest things that happened to FGC in a long time. So I'm voting Sajam.
That's good. I'm going to give it to either Diaphone or Justin. I'm going to lean towards Justin because, you know, he did start at the IRL content and that did fantastic viewership. Broke 1 million. And I want to say, like, there hasn't been like a lot of like fighting game content that actually broke 1 million in a very long time, and I think that's
true.
I think that's something to be praised and talked about.
I mean, you might find a few on my channel if you look for them, but other than that, I don't know.
I did say some.
I have an off list one as well, which is Gal Win quote.
Oh, that guy! I'm surprised he's not up.
I agree. I think, but the thing is, I don't know who I would kick off. It's hard. Maybe they should just have more slots. Maybe they should just have 10 slots, you know? And then maybe I could get one if there were 10. I mean, maybe I could get a nomination.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great.
I'll vote Sajam, but my wild card pick is Gal Win quote.
Yeah, my wild pick is probably Gal Win quote as well. Best cosplay, dude. Honestly, I'm gonna lean towards Chiba. This Blanca looks ridiculous, bro.
The Blanca is
on the phone too. The
accurate,
Blanca on the phone too, with the feet out.
And then you can see there's Blanca-chan in the backpack.
Yeah,
like if you need to go for Okizeme, you can pull out.
Yeah,
Blanca-chan.
so I think this is like fantastic.
The only one of these did I see in person, and that was Ms. Valentine with the Beerus, and I thought it looked incredible. So I think that would probably be my vote. But I have another off-list pick here, which is every casual Mai cosplayer who has appeared on Twitter in the last 4 days and gotten 10,000 upvotes each.
I guess I'll go Mai too. I vote Mai. Best custom hardware presented by Chipotle.
Bro, is that the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII?
Yes, I think
that's
so.
insane.
I think this is my vote.
I gotta vote for that just because it's funny. I feel like the one of these that I think has maybe been like the most impactful on the FGC is the Snackbox Micro. I see those everywhere, and they're like really convenient. They're like really small. They basically like fit in your back pocket.
Right.
So those are really cool. But I mean, this says best custom hardware, right? So I think I got to give it to the Buster Sword.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the Buster Sword is just like ridiculous. Like it's just too good. You know?
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah, and then like, can you imagine somebody just whipping that up? You know?
Yeah, I would run away in fear.
Best dress presented by Zinni.
This has got to be like the most snubbed category, right?
Yeah.
Like, half the FGC got snubbed on this one, I must say.
Yeah, I think if I had to choose the best dress, it's probably Big Bird. I'm thinking Vicious. I like Vicious because Vicious is always like, it's always like he got that nice like, oh, I'm going somewhere fun energy. Yeah. I like Logan Sama because Logan Sama always got that. You know, I'm a old school like style dressed up, and he always got the nice, well thought of like sweaters, really nice hoodies, nice pants. You know, very very cool. I mean, Yipes also got that old school style streetwear that I really like too. And
Yipes and Tasty Steve tend to have good jewelry too. So that
yeah. And Rob, what I like about Rob's fit is that it always feels like it's Hollywood Rob TV. It's never just Rob TV like streetwear. It's always.
I think Rob is my pick. I think from this list, I would go Rob.
But, yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of off-list.
All these guys, but I mean, Steve with the suits are ridiculous.
I think the worst thing on here is that it's all men. There were some very well-dressed women in the FGC, like Persia.
Oh yeah, Persia.
Jadelyn.
Jadelyn is well dressed. Yep.
So I think that's the biggest snub, I would say. But of this list, I think I give it to Rob TV.
Yeah, I lean towards Rob too. Best game release. The fact that the DLC is here actually.
Yeah, the DLC should not be on here. That's ridiculous.
I think the biggest one is definitely this.
Yeah, so it's tough for me because out of all of these, the one that I enjoyed and played the most was definitely Marvel, and I appreciate that like Marvel had like a couple bugs that launched, but literally within like a week. The game was perfect. Like, they fixed all the bugs. Online was working great. So I want to give it to Marvel. But in terms of impact, Tekken 8 was probably a lot bigger. And, Tekken 8 was an actual new game and not a re-release. But I guess I have to go with my heart and agree that it is Marvel, too.
I mean, I think Tekken 8 had, didn't have, the best release. But it had excitement. You know what I mean? Like, it was exciting.
It did have hype.
Yeah, but I don't say it was, the best release. I think the collection coming out was way more iconic than all of these.
Yeah, all right, I'm with you. Yeah. And if you just look at my playtime in all these games, I think Marvel I have 10 times as much playtime as any of the others. Exactly. So.
Best Invitational. Oh, this is really easy.
You thinking Red Bull?
Yeah, Red Bull Kumite.
Yeah, the Kumite.
This is the best thing ever, bro.
The Sejam Slam, it's kind of interesting being on this. I guess technically it is an invitational, but it's kind of a different thing, right? It's all online.
Yeah, all of these are all in person. Topanga was also my thing too, but it's hard to beat Topanga because it's not international.
Yeah.
You know, but I think they did invite a couple of players Mena, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got invited. I think it could be a different year I'm missing out on, but I have to go for Kumite. Kumite is...
I think the Kumite is one of the best events we have in the FGC, and I think it's really good that I think most FGC people agree that like the spirit of the FGC is open tournaments. Like if EVO ever becomes a closed tournament, like I think that's a huge problem. But the fact that we just have this little extra spice of the Kumite where you know it's going to be some of the best players out there. They're going to play long sets, and it's just going to be like an 8-hour block of like pure hype top-level gameplay, I think is really great. So I love the Kumite. And the production is second to none. The Kumite production's unbelievable.
Exactly. So this is great. That's local. Oh, man. I want to say Takukai Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, part of me wants to say NLBC just because I feel like it's like the most well-known, but...
Man, yo, this picture is amazing, but yo, we got to shout out my Powerful Antoine, always buying boxes of pizza for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Powerful Antoine, and give that man his flowers, bro. My man be always behind the scenes, just hooking up the local scene, so appreciate him.
Or I could go either way. I don't really have a strong opinion about this category. FGC meetups is like my local that I never go to. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Chicago people.
You're one of those.
Well, listen, it's inconvenient. I don't have a car. It's hard for me to get there, and I never leave the YouTube editing dungeon. So yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right.
And FGC meetups. Maybe I just need to vote for it out of loyalty.
Yeah.
But it's in Skokie, man. It's not even really in Chicago. It's in Skokie, Illinois.
Yeah, and Okazeme's pretty good. I've been there a couple of times. I love this event. Air runs this event, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, I have to go to Tatakai Tuesday.
Bro, they're gonna cook me.
Best marketing campaign.
This one, I read this category, and I didn't really think any of these were very good.
Yeah, none of these are really good.
Like, okay, the Fatal Fury one, it could be hype in the future, but we don't even know what it is, right?
We still don't know. We still don't know about the City of Wolves ex Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, like is he gonna be playable? Is it just gonna be like a stage? We don't know, so we can't vote for that. Yeah. I don't think we can vote for SF6 Season 2 either. Like, what even was the marketing campaign there? Like,
I don't know.
Releasing trailers for the character, and it was so bad too because you don't know like when the trailer is gonna come out and like will the character come with a patch. Like they didn't communicate half the stuff about this, so I don't think we can go with that either.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess ECT commercial was the funniest one for sure, so I guess I gotta go. And then like 2XKO, like yeah, they've done a really good job with like having the game playable and like giving influencers early access to advertise it, but again, like as a marketing campaign, I guess I just give it to the ECT commercial.
Okay.
Because I think it's funny whenever they let FGC people, read off a script and like try to be funny. I think is good, so I'll go with that one.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm literally wearing. You can't see it, but I'm wearing a 2XKO hoodie right now, so maybe I should vote 2XKO.
I'm gonna vote 2XKO a little bit, but
all right.
Yeah, none of them really like hit hard,
Yeah,
I don't feel invested in my votes, if that makes sense. Now we got Best Meme presented by Chipotle.
And once again, Justin getting 2 nominations is a little bit crazy.
I think the Hayo does the splits is great though.
That one's good, but is it even a meme? That one's more like that's a thing that happened in real life,
Yeah, I think the hearts and thumbs up is pretty good.
Yeah, I got to give it to Attacks IRL. Have you seen these?
Yeah, I've been seeing them lately.
I'm a huge fan of Attacks IRL, so I think I'm going to go with that one. And it's not just the one guy who's... The guy in the photo is, like, the most famous one, I think, the TikToker who does these. But it's become, like, a trend. Like, a lot of different people are doing them. Like, there was the guy who did the Q taunt so that he could survive getting hit by a car. Have you seen that one? You gotta taunt up. So yeah, I give it to that one. The heart and thumbs up is good too, just because it's so wide reaching. Like everyone has seen this one at this point.
Best on air duo.
This is another weird category because okay, we got 2 Justins, we got 2 Sajams, 2 Steves. It's kind of crazy.
I think the duo that I think is probably my favorite. It's either Tasty Jam or Rip and Steve.
Yeah, I kind of want to give it to Rip and Steve because, like we talked about earlier, like I feel like because the Tekken community is kind of separate from the Capcom community in so many ways, like we don't talk about it that much, but these guys have just been holding it down for like a decade plus at this point.
Yeah, I think these guys should win, but I think because this is like the new modern area, I think Yipes and Sajam's gonna win.
Okay, but, yeah, Yipes and Sajam's a good one too.
But I want Rip and Steve to win because, dude, like Steve makes Rip enhance Rip so much, and then Rip enhance Steve so much.
You know who's a good duo that's not on here is Justin and Ringe.
Yeah, Justin and Ringe is good. I think Jammers is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But they're I think this is like the most I would say mainstream duo right now.
Yeah.
Best online series.
I think I gotta go TNS.
I'm gonna go Can Opener.
Okay, I like TNS, like the vibe of it, and like I think I like that they do all the different games, so I really like that one. But yeah, Can Opener's good too.
Best pop off. I think Nitro is probably mine.
Nitro's a good one. Hayao is good, but again, like I feel like the splits moment is almost more legendary. I like Punk too.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
Punk
I'd probably
too,
give it Nitro or Punk.
Yeah,
What about the guy who punched a hole in the wall at Frosty Fasting?
Yeah. Like, they should just do like an edit where it's like Paul Phoenix doing Phoenix Smasher, and it's just like a wall.
What killed me about that one was it wasn't even grand finals. He punched a hole in the wall after winning losers finals.
Oh, that's crazy. Did he win the tournament?
And then he got second.
Oh my god, that's worse though.
I know, bro. You punch a hole in the wall, you don't even win.
You can't even pay for the damage.
I know. It was Soul Calibur as well, so you're not winning enough to pay for that.
All right, best commentator of the year. I have to give it to. Man, I have to give it to Yipes, bro. He's been around
I was thinking Yipes too. I think Yipes is kind of like the GOAT. Like I think he's like the best every year. But I think there's some big snubs this year.
Yeah, I think there's some snubs too. I think Jammer should have been here. I think Jammer's done a fantastic year. But you know what the problem is I think that the accessibility of people being able to be actively traveling and getting like that mainstream is really hard. And like America has the privilege to kind of travel to a lot of places and get that. And Yipes has been traveling to a lot of places.
That's true.
I
really would have liked to see Proxy nominated. I think Proxy
is a good one as well. I think Ringe is really good.
Ringe is one of the best commentators. Absolutely.
He's been doing like a lot of analysis that's been like amping up. I like that he does that a lot. Vicious is also fantastic as well too. He gets to like I like his wordplay a lot. Just because he can play both really, really well, very, very fast. And it's really hard to kind of like put him into like a category because he's so well rounded. I like Ringe on like the analysis, and I think
Ringe as like in terms of knowledge is probably the highest out of all. And Sajam has a lot of knowledge too, but I guess I'll go with Yipes.
Yeah, Yipes is really good.
Yeah, Yipes is the GOAT.
And let's not pretend like Steve and Sajam they're all so good. Like
I mean, Tasty Jam is like super iconic for a reason.
Content of the year. Yeah, they really put Marvel vs. Capcom 2 streams.
That's such a weird one. Like, it's just Justin streaming Marvel 2.
Yeah.
I think I have to give it to the Tekken Slam, but
yeah, I think Tekken Slam or Will It Kill.
Will It Kill was good too. When I just think about the Trash Talk podcast is good, but it's still relatively new. They've only had like 5 episodes or something.
The fact that they only have 5 episodes and they put that in a category is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it's possible there's more than that, and I'm downplaying. But I think if we ask like which one of these will be the most remembered in 10 years, I feel like it's the Sajam Slam for sure, right?
I think it's more Will It Kill than anything.
Okay, that one's good too.
Yeah, I think Will It Kill will be more memorable.
All right, yeah, I'll go Slam. We'll split the vote.
Match of the year: Punk versus Big Bird.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. To me, that one. Yeah,
Punk versus Big Bird. This was 2 homies battling out. This is like the greatest match in EVO history, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That was great.
My second choice would probably be Arslan, but
yeah,
Punk versus Big Bird was so good.
Moments of the year presented by...
All right, this one I will give to Hayao.
Yeah, Hayao. This one.
Lily Pichu versus Harada is also crazy to have on here. Like, yeah, it was hype, but like this isn't even tournament.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick this one. Like, player of the year. I have to.
This one's really hard.
Player of the year is really hard. I want to say Arslan Ash. Obviously everybody will say Punk, but I'm gonna be honest. Punk has always been consistent. I just think the thing is Punk was getting his first win. But no one ever think that like he was like down and out. You know, like I always think as Punk is like the best Street Fighter player. So for him to be player of the year, it's like weird because he's always been dominant. He's always been strong.
That's true. I mean, I guess it's like the thing of like finally overcoming and winning Street Fighter Evo.
I would say the player of the year is probably Nitro. And the reason why I say Nitro, but look, hear me out. The reason why I say Nitro is because he won with a character that was not popular.
I'm just laughing because you changed your answer so fast. You're like, it's definitely Arslan. Actually,
yeah, because like these guys, these three guys are dominant. You know, like they're, you know, like
you don't think it's Mena?
Mena's dominant. I think he's a dominant player.
Yeah, so that's why he's player of the year, right? He wins everything.
Then that means Punk is the player of the year.
Yeah, maybe. Punk didn't win Capcom Cup though.
And I'm surprised Knuckle Dude is not here. But or Nephew. Nephew is also a good person.
Nephew had a good year.
Yeah. So I'm going to Punk.
You change your answer another time.
Hey,
Punk.
Stop. Hey.
I'm torn between Punk and Mena. I guess I'll just give it to Punk. Yeah.
All these guys are my player of the year.
And yeah, Xiaohai is amazing too.
All these guys are my player.
We're US biased. Yeah,
all these guys are ridiculous. They got next presented by PlayStation Tournament.
It's kind of funny Noah being on here and he just won Frosty Faustings, right? So I feel like Noah is already there. Like I don't feel like Noah should be the winner of like this player is up and coming. Like Noah is already...
This sounds crazy, but the King Gray and Blast, why Blast looks the younger version of King Gray Jr. It's like it's so crazy, bro.
Charmander and Charmeleon.
Yeah,
bro.
Charmander. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to say Enzo and Boost are my picks.
I kind of like Enzo too.
Boost is up and coming that I think is really, really strong. But I think he's kind of been around, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah,
I want to give it to Enzo because SoCal bias. I've seen this guy play people. I played against him. This dude plays like an 80-year-old. It's crazy. You know, he's like an 80-year-old soul and 13-year-old body.
Yeah, like I think if we just ask like who is the most impactful player, it's Noah. But I feel like it's cheating. Like Noah is already like a top player, right? I feel like this has to be a player who we think has a strong future, but just hasn't gotten there yet. Just
also, King Gray has been around too. I remember him when he was a kid, when he was with his dad. I used to see him at Common Breaker every year, and he's been around. But I mean, I think he already kind of had his breakdown. I think he's like a very consistent player. You know, I think he already broke out like a couple of years ago.
Okay, so we like Enzo.
I like Enzo.
All right. I think that's the end.
Yeah, that's it.
We've made it.
We made it. And there you have it, guys. That is our choices. Is there any final thoughts you got on this?
No, I mean, obviously, I think people had a lot of criticisms about this thing in general. They're like, oh, it's like circle jerky. It's like the same few players over and over, which I think is true to a degree. But, you know, I appreciate that they're trying something new. And I think next year, if they're going to do this again...
they're willing to take more risk, huh?
I think they might need more nomination slots, but also I think they need to like consult with more different groups because these lists were very biased around the same group of people, right?
Of who they know, and it just yeah,
exactly.
Honestly, it just shows to me that this is who they see. This is who they know, and like that means that they don't really know a lot of things.
Tekken only, and it's like all the people who like. You know, come to EVO, which makes sense, but yeah, it's all the people who like you see winning EVO or commentating EVO. Like, I feel like it would be nice to get a little more outside perspective, especially like again, I want to reiterate, other than cosplay, there was like no woman nominated for any category, so it would have been nice to see that as well.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's gonna say like, "Yo, JM's only saying that because he thinks he should be nominated." Like, no, I don't really think I should have been nominated for anything.
I think you should. I'm gonna go ahead.
No, I think a few years ago when I was like really popping, maybe I could have been content creator of the year. But you know, I'm chilling now. I'm happy doing my thing now. But I do think more nominee slots and more variety would definitely be good.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just glad I'm glad people are getting a chance to win EVO. You know, they're about to win. Yeah, it's great. So, with that being said, thank you so much, Jam, for hopping on here. Thank you for your time. And where can they find?
YouTube.com/jmcrofts. That's about it. Hey, I mean, if enough of you subscribe to me, maybe I'll be nominated next year. It could happen.
Yeah, most clicks of the subscribe button.
Yeah, exactly.
So, with that being said, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys really enjoy all these videos, and let me know in the comment section below what you guys want me to do. I would like to do a lot of variety stuff and kind of do some cool stuff. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel.